Hey, you guys. Um, so I just need to go live for a minute and invent, like, for the past 2 days or a day and a half. Well, 2 days really, almost 2.5 days. I've been like the worst parent ever, or at least that's the way I feel inside. Um, I had to come home and enforce these rules, ground my kid because she's been bad while I've been away. Like I said earlier in the other video, so I had to come home to that. And then now she's really pushing me, man. Like yesterday after I picked her up, I let her know, hey, you still gotta, you you haven't earned your electronics back yet. You haven't earned your snack privileges yet, because she had, been aggressive to her teachers. Because they keep like a little calendar chart and they fill in under aggression how many times if she's done it. So if it's 0, they put 0. If it's 5 times, however many times. So she sees it and she knows, she understands what she's done and what all that. But anyway, so it was discouraging to her, of course, because she knows she fails, in those moments and made bad choices, as we call it. But anyway, so after I informed her, that because she was asking me for her snack that I told her she could earn, I'm like, you can try again tomorrow. I try to be positive because that's what they kind of tell us to do. The therapist usually that I talk to, they're like, don't say, oh, you did so terrible. This is why you don't get it. Sometimes I do tell her how terrible she did. Sometimes you just got to tell somebody. Sometimes you got to tell somebody how terrible they are, okay? Maybe you don't, but I do. Sometimes I just can't help it. Girl, you was bad. Okay? But anyway, and I feel like the world's going to, don't let it be new to your ears when somebody tells you you screwed up. Like, so she gets a little of that from me. She gets a little sprinkle of, I try to be positive because I know she feels bad about it. But there are other times where I'm like, I'm about to tell you about yourself. Which that happened yesterday. After I told her she couldn't have the snack and stuff like that, she just let it rip, honey. She was throwing things at me, and so like I had to sit there and think. I was just like, what route do I take? What would the therapist say? Okay, screw what the therapist says. Pop! I just smacked her on her leg because I'd already bucketed her in, and I popped her on the bottom before. But this time, I felt that smack in my hand, so I felt really shitty, but, I did it. I'm trying to stand by what I'm doing, like, because that's the choice I made. Because, I mean, it's abuse. At some point, it's abuse, like, your kid is abusing you, and you can't let them do that. And I don't know what everybody out there does as far as discipline, and that's not my business. That's not my place. But this is my business and my place, and I have to survive this. I have to be safe, like on the road. So while I was driving, she threw something at me again. When I came to a red light, I was just like, you know what? You get popped again. Because, I mean, if she goes into adulthood like this, she's going to be arrested and in jail. And we all know how jail rehabilitates people. It don't, in case you didn't know. You might want to look that up, read about that. Because, like, a lot of mental health people end up in jail, and, those that are developmentally disabled, they just, jail just opens the doors. Come on in and go backwards. Or get stuck. It doesn't move people forward. Now, do I have a solution? I do not. So don't come on here and tell me, well, what's your solution? Because I ain't got one, and neither do you. So, but what we do know is it don't work. That's what we know. Anyway, I I feel bad. I don't like being that parent. I hate it. It ruins my day. And I was just like, if I live in this, a lot of times when we get into it like that, when we butt heads or I yell or things end up, in a bad way, I can't. I don't know how to lift myself out of that. I don't know how to be like, okay, you know what? Let's move on. Water under the bridge. Like for whatever reason, I'm bitter Betty. I'm like, I'm telling my friends, just give me a 24-hour bitter time, please. But that's not fair. That's not fair to Amelia. That's not fair to the whole process of rehabilitating from that moment. Like you need to learn to pick yourself up, Michelle. You need to get up. Get up. So we did some yoga. We had some dinner, and we moved forward. Hopefully, in a way that um, that was healing to both of us. Another issue I'm having is when she doesn't hit me, but she's doing stuff to get me. When they want to get you, they know. Like this morning, she, was pushing on me, but not really hurting me. Just kind of leaning on me and squeezing me. And uh, then she took my computer and was just like tapping on it. And I remember I used to do that, like see how far I could get to work somebody's nerves. So she definitely has me in her. So she just kept on and kept on, and I was just like, what do I do? I don't want to hit her because I don't feel like this is the time for it. Um, and maybe it is, but right now I didn't see that it was the time for it. Like, and it's not fair to me that I have to run away. A lot of times I've been just running away, like locking myself in a room so I don't, do something I regret. So I was like, no, that's not fair. I gotta figure out a solution. So, and I can't say that this was the solution, but I literally got up out of my seat. I got her out of her chair, and I dragged her to her room. I put her in her room. I growled something mean, and I closed the door. She proceeded to have, a meltdown in her room to get it all out, screaming, crying. And then she came back to me, and she's like, all right, Mom, go brush my teeth. I'm sorry. And, do you still like me? And do you like me? And stuff like that. So that brings me to another topic. Like, I'm struggling because, like, a lot of times I didn't feel liked growing up. Like, personalities just, my mom and our personalities are just completely different. So, feeling liked and my self-esteem just, I didn't have much of one. Um, I judge myself a lot. And I'm always like, do you like me? Like, I do that now, even in my relationship. Well, do you like me? And it's the issue. I'm going to go to therapy. Okay? Promise. I'll let you know. But anyway, like, I don't like her sometimes. I don't like my daughter sometimes. We hang out and I'm like, get away. Um, what you're doing is annoying. I don't like you. And I feel bad about that because, like, I put that on display and she can see that. She's like, and then when she said that to me, I think this morning about liking her, I was like, yeah, maybe I do like you. And I felt like a big fat liar because a lot of times I don't. I mean, I do like her. Like, there are moments that I like her. I like my kid. I love her stubbornness, not when it's towards me, obviously. But, I like her, in moments. And then other moments I don't like her. And I hate when I make her feel that way. Like, I wish I could just turn that off or fake it in that moment and, or learn how to, Maybe I can, who knows. But, I love her, but liking her is an issue. And I don't know if anybody else has that issue. If you do, feel free to comment. But, yeah. I don't know. So I don't know what's going on in my home, but, we go through we go through ups and downs. Like we'll have just just no aggression, and then all of a sudden it's just let's just test you and see how far you go. So I just hope that whatever foundation I can lay right now, that it will help her not get arrested in adulthood. It will help her to not be, so aggressive as an adult with an adult body, and just access to adult things. Like I just I don't want that for my little girl who's going to be a woman one day, in a woman's body. Um, I hope to God I can help her and God and to get help because I can't do it. I mean, obviously, I am not. I can't do it alone. So I got to find help. So if she needs mental help or whatever she needs growing up, that's what I want. I want it to start now and then continue into adulthood. Um, so that she knows it's okay. Like, hey, yeah, I struggle with this. I need help. Let's get some help. Because it is okay. It is okay to have a mental health issue, and it is okay. I mean, it's not okay inside. Obviously, it's a mental health issue. It's an issue. I'm just saying, like, you're still a human being. You can still live a life. You can still function. You don't have to be, in your car on the side of the road overdose because you were trying to self-medicate. You don't have to be, whatever it is that they display on TV that's the worst of the worst. Um, that doesn't have to be that way. And I want to show the world that, hey, whether she's got, uh, deficiencies physically, mentally, mental health issues, any of those things, and yeah, she's had a history of, biting and kicking and aggression and all that, she can still live a life that, doesn't have to end up on the, 9 o'clock news, like she can still contribute to society and still, contribute to her own life and herself and not walk around making people feel unsafe or, like, oh my gosh, here comes the crazy lady. I mean, I'm sure people look at me sometimes and be like, woo, that's a crazy lady. And that's fine. It is fine. Because I am. um, yeah, I had to get that out. I feel like crap, but I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to, like, beat myself up completely about it. Because I don't deserve to be abused as her caregiver or as her mother or just as a person. And she doesn't deserve to be allowed to just continue like that and not see what she's doing and learn there's a better way and there's a way to cope with when you hear the word no or when you don't get what you want or you're disappointed in yourself. Because a lot of that, I think she's very disappointed in herself. And that's what makes her even go further. It's like when you see the train about to crash and you just let it keep going. Like, sometimes I'm like that. I just keep on going, even though I know I've made a wrong turn. I just keep on turning up into that wrong direction. And it's a human thing, and but I'm here to help her, and I'm here to get her help. So that's what I'm gonna do. And if you're going through the same thing, my heart goes out to you, and I just hope that you find connection if you watch my videos, um, you know, and if you want to click like, please click like, so that I can keep growing and get better at this, and just keep sharing if that's what the world needs. I know it's what I need, and if the world benefits from it, if our community benefits from it, those of us that are caregivers out there struggling, then that's what I want. I want to give part of myself over to this channel so that you can relate and find some kind of camaraderie or like kinship, like connection. Not feel alone, even though you're alone because you are crying over there with you. I'm not raising your kid. You're doing it. It is on you, and it sucks. Um, but I'm here alongside you. You know, we're parallel, walking, different streets because your child's different from mine. My child's different from yours, but it's a damn struggle. So I'm out here. You're out there. Till we talk again. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.